Hello students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the food security of the country. So the food security for our country in our India is, first of all, we need to know that what would be the reason to get food security. So as we discussed in the previous example, in the previous class, what we have seen that the people are dying with the lack of food. So because of due to the hungerness, the lakhs of people, they have lost their lives, they have lost their families there. So this situation at that time, this is lead to the situation that, like this situation at that time came, the country has to think that what is the solution for this, because the country have to think, because if the country leave this like this, then nobody will get the food and nobody will live on this earth. So this situation led to think the country that what will be the alternative solution for this. So here the main solution and a very good solution that what we can provide directly is that everybody can understand that first of all we need increase in production. What we have to increase here? We have to increase the production. If we increase the production according to the population needs, then we can solve this problem. Like for example, in our country we have 100 crores plus population we have. So in our country, if we are able to provide 100 crores of plus food facilities or food materials, then automatically everybody will get accessible to that which can lead to the food security in our nation. It means, if for example, in our country, if the government is allowed to produce 100 crores plus production, then it will reach to all the people. So then it will lead to the food security for our nation. Then we will not get the any food related problems here. So the food security in our India, it is nothing but providing the capacity of production to supply food for all the people. And not only just producing, if the farmers will produce and just live like that, it will be a reach to the people? No. First of all, in our India, they have to provide the food grains capacity to supply food for all the people, and they have to make them it available for very less cost also, where everybody can buy it, when everybody can afford it, even the poor people also, they should buy it. It means that much the government should provide these for the less cost. So it is nothing but, what is the solution here? We need to increase in the production in bulk of amount, then only we can solve this problem easily. So here, producing sufficient amount of food grains is a very important requirement for the food security. In our India, for example, it means the government creates conditions so that farmers are able to produce increasing amount of food grains. So as we discussed, what is the main requirement here? We need to increase the food production. Food security. How the food security will increase? When we increase the production in food grains, then only for us a food security is increased. So in our India, the government will keep conditions, it will create conditions to the farmers, that the farmers are able to produce and they can increase some amount of food grains here. So so to produce this, first of all, what we need land, right? So we already know that the area of land under the cultivation has been roughly unchanged since the last few years, because yield then becomes a very crucial variable. It means by doing the agriculture farming in the continuously, what is happening here? We all know that the cultivation has been roughly it is changed. So the new techniques we have got, new machines we have got, isn't it? So in order to increase a per hectare yield of crop, what we need necessary inputs have to be provided in a judicious manner. Inputs are nothing but machines, fertilizers, pesticides, all this. So to increase a crop, what we need, necessary inputs we need, which are provided in a judicious manner. So one way is to expand the irrigation but use water in a manner that is vital resource is shared and made available to all. So to increase this production, first of all, what we need irrigation facilities, water we need, right? So to expand the crops, first of one way is that to increase the irrigation and using the water in a proper manner. All the resources are the government has made available to all the farmers. So the crops with low yields, which indicates in graph 2, here if we have graph 1 and graph 2. So after finishing this topic, immediately I'll explain about this graph. So these graph 2, mostly what in the dry lands where the present and even future possibility of irrigation is minimal. So planting the drought resistant crops as per the local conditions, the water harvesting and crop rotation are therefore used to raise production on a given piece of land. So whatever the crops are producing in these dry lands, which are useful for the future possibility of irrigation here, the planting of draft is nothing but, as we discussed, the small scale failed crops just for a seasonal. So this drought resistance crops, regarding to the whatever the local conditions like irrigation facilities, all the things, climate and weather, so the water and the harvesting and the crop rotation, these are the futures which can raise the production on which whatever the piece of land they have given to the farmers. So we can raise the production here. And it is also important to make sure that the soil and the other natural resources are not damaged or depleted in the process. So here not only the producing the crops is important, but we have to make sure, it means the farmers have to make sure that whatever the soil is present on the land and other natural resources the which are present in the soil, they should not damaged in this producing process. So some of the scientists and people working in the field of agriculture report that the way rice and wheat are cultivated in India by intensive and insufficient application of chemical fertilizers and insecticides. This will lead to what? The continuous but unsustainable increase in the yield levels. So what it is saying is, some of the scientist people who are there, they are making the research and they are working in the field of agriculture only. So they'll give the reports. What is that? The agriculture report says that here the way of rice and wheat, these are cultivated in our India by the intensive so all these are using by cultivation in our India. So this will lead to what? This will lead to the continuous but unsustainable increase in the yield of levels. So in fact all these methods, this lead to what? The soil degradation and the depletion of ground and water resources. It can lead to all this. So if this continues in the same manner, then we may soon come to a situation that yields will start falling rather than going up. So like this, if we use all these things, so what will happen? Our land can our these methods can go toward the soil degradation. So if this continues in the same manner, then uh, it is not far that we will get the situation, it will come soon that our yields are nothing but these agriculture crops, so these crops will start falling down as rather than the going up, as rather than the increasing up. So here we have a graph 1. What is the graph 1 showing here is the production of select food grains in million tons. So how the production of selected food grains are nothing but here paddy, wheat, nutricellulose and oil seeds. So these are the selected food grains. So how the production in the year of 1970 to 2017 we will see now. So here we have given years 1970 to 71, 1980 to 81, 1990 to 91 and 2001, 2000 to 2001, 2010 to 11 and 2016 to 17. It is in on the x-axis, and coming to the y-axis it is 0 to 120. So if we see in the 1970 to 71, so paddy it is on the 10 million tons, and coming to 1980 to 81 it is in the same 10 million tons, but in 90 to 91 it is increased to 20 million tons, and in 2001 it is 20 million tons, and coming to 2010 to 11 it is 30 million tons, and in the same way 2016 to 17 30 million. So rapidly it is increased. Coming to the in the same way the wheat, the brown color line, it indicates wheat and nutricellulose and oil seeds. In the same way all the crops like nutricellulose it is in the 1970 it is nearly 12 million tons. So after that 21 and 30 and 41 and 40 uh, 8 it may be. So it means all the crops are rapidly growing when the years are increasing. So coming to the second graph, the yield of selected food grains of wheat, paddy, wheat, nutricellulose, and oil seeds. So, in kilograms per hectare, it is increasing. In 1970 to 71, the paddy, we can see that. So, in this graph 2, what are the crops food grains we are seeing here? They are mostly grown in what? Dry lands only. So as we see in the two graphs, what it is completely the crops are when the years are increasing, the from the 1970 to 71, 1980 to 81 up to 2017. So the quantity of the crops are also the availability of food grains. So first of all, the first requirement for our country is that what? Food. So it is able to produce food grains for the whole of its population. So then only all the peoples of our country then they'll able to eat food here. So how do we measure? So how do we measure that there is enough food for all in our country or not? How we will measure? So whether this food reaches families or not would be examined later. So whatever the production is producing in our country, is it reaching to all the families or not? How we will know? And we are the first estimating what is available here. This means that per person how much it is availability of food grains in the country should be sufficient as increasing over the years. So is the increase in food grains availability really happening? We will see now. So here if we see there is a difference between the production and availability of food grains. So this is estimated as what? The availability of food grains for the year. So there is a formula, as we know, that per year how much the food grains are producing. First of all, we need to calculate with the production of food grains during the year. It means complete yearly total production how much is if we compare to the entire nation, the total production of 29 states, how much wherever in the which states how much it has production, we have to write here. After that we need to less the seeds and what are the wastages are there, we need to less, and plus we need to, if we are importing then need to net imports we need to add, if it is exports then we need to minus. So after that change in stocks with the government, it means, so we need to calculate the closing stock at the year end and opening stock at the beginning of the year. So in the same way, the availability of food grains per person per day, we need to calculate that First of all, the production of food grains. How much the production of food grains have produced divided by population. How much the population in our nation by 360 days we need to do. Then we will get the exact figure of this, how much per day and how much per year. So these are the formulas which are mathematically proved that it will say that whether we are getting sufficient amount of food grains available for all the people of our nation or not. So basing on these formulas only, we can say that whether the rice is available sufficiently according to the people which requirement it needs or not, it is producing sufficiently or not. So the information which is relating to the production, imports and changes in government stocks are given in the following table for 3 years. So here we have 3 years of 1971, 1991 and 2011. So here besides the production, imports are a way of increasing the availability of food grains in any particular year. Another important source of food grain availability in the change in the government stocks is the government can, for instance, increase the availability of rice for the people by selling rice from its existing stocks. So while the stocks of rice with the government reduces, the amount of rice available for consumption is that year increases. So this all this matter is related to the table 1. What is the table 1? Per person availability of food grains, it is in table. So this table we will discuss.